Hey there, so we are going to head out into Preston and we're going to do some interviews with people to try to find out a little bit of what people hope for, what they might say to God if they had an opportunity to say something, and also whether they know anything about Jesus. So
yeah, it's exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, should be good. Anyway, we'll let you guys know how we get on. Stu, how do we get on today?
Well, I thought we did pretty well. We had some very interesting conversations with the people of Preston. I think a particular highlight for me was the conversation with the Jehovah's Witnesses right at the end.
It was fascinating, like that last conversation we had. There was just like a refusal to engage with what the Bible actually says, like whether it's a distorted Bible like the New World Translation or Christian versions. Like it wasn't a case of let's reason together and think about this and work through the text. It was like, well, we believe, and it doesn't really matter what it says that much. Now recovered from a very windy morning and afternoon in Preston. It was a really good time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a really solid, great time filled with good conversations.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the audio quality wasn't all that it could be. We knew it wouldn't be great because the kit we were using for it. We did have some fantastic conversations, so what we'll do in future is we're going to alter the equipment that we take out so we can really faithfully record the conversations that we had. It was, to me, it was just such a helpful time. We aimed to go out there to hear what people thought, what they would consider to be good news, and what they'd say to God if they could say something to him, and what they thought about Jesus. And so we found that out. It was absolutely fantastic. And the very interesting thing was just the really religiously and worldview diverse city that we live in. So one of the first people we talked to had a bit of a background in Buddhism, but he said that he wouldn't, he didn't really remember much. It's pretty hazy what they told him about Christianity back in primary school, that one?
Yeah, in primary school. The only time he's heard about who Jesus is.
Yeah.
Even then, he's not taking it in at all.
Yeah, that's it, absolutely. Another person, just no idea about Jesus. The question of whether God even existed, for him, he said he'd not really thought about it. Chat with somebody who would associate with pagan beliefs and attended pagan rituals, that kind of thing. We talked with somebody who said they were Catholic. That was absolutely fascinating because they didn't seem to think that there was an objective moral standard in the world, and that's what was interesting was he was consistent with that, in that he thought that morality really proceeded just from inside himself and what he felt. So when I asked whether it was okay for somebody to steal something from an elderly couple going past, or for a man to rape a woman, or for the Holocaust to happen, he was like, well, yeah, if that's what they believe. Yeah. And he still said that he felt it wasn't right, but he couldn't say that it was wrong what they did. It's incredible. And the crazy thing was, this was somebody who was claiming to actually he said Catholic Christian. I even said, could I be if I wanted to identify as a coconut tree, I'd be a coconut tree. It's like, yeah, absolutely, I could.
100%.
So did he say 100%?
Yeah, it was 100%. Was his response.
It was amazing. But at least he was being consistent. Yeah. He was saying there wasn't an objective moral standard. But I guess the problem is that means that he can't actually say that anything anybody does is wrong, and that's wow. What a crazy place to live. I suppose the reality is that we could only get by with that kind of way of being if we were in a nice, relatively safe culture like ours in the UK, where we've got the police who'll come in to look after us, and where people don't tend to come around and steal everything from us all the time. And fascinating. We had a great conversation, really good chatting with them. We chatted with some Jehovah's Witnesses as well. They are just fascinating. Again, we just wanted to hear what people thought about stuff, tried to get our heads around what people's beliefs are. What struck me is how little engagement people actually give with truth. How little people actually try to think things through. They generally just go off what they feel. Or as the Jehovah's Witnesses would say, even when I presented with them with stuff from the Bible, they'd just say, well, we believe, despite the clear things that it did say in the Bible. So it was fascinating. How did you find it, mate?
Yeah, well, I think as you quite rightly said, it was incredibly fascinating in terms of that, just looking at how just there's that trend of just ignoring the truth. And it's something we see in the Bible. You know, we see, I can't remember where it is, but it's talking about suppression of the truth and just ignorance of what God said, like actively was ignoring it. And I saw that today, like that's really present.
Yeah.
And again, Preston needs Jesus as a result.
Yeah, absolutely.
People need to know about who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, we come to this going, we want to help people pursue truth. And that's actually what we're about. We're not actually about wanting to foist anything on anybody or force anybody to believe anything, but we do believe, and we think that everybody should pursue the truth about reality and about the world we live in, and indeed about who God is and whether God has revealed himself in the person of Jesus Christ. So it was a great time, really, really encouraging time, and as well, if anybody sees this who was in the videos, thank you so much for chatting with us. It was great.